Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Viviana and I have been sharing with you all about my prep. I am now 10 weeks out to a show that I plan on doing, and here are my weekly updates. So I wanted to turn on the camera because like today I am tired, and most of the time I've shared with you me dancing, doing my cardio and doing my training, but like I mentioned last week, I had my first kind of drop on energy for one day, and it seems to be like that again this week. So today again, there's just been one day that I just feel really tired, and today is it. So I did wake up at 4:30. I got here to the gym and I'm training and doing my cardio, but it's just hard. Like I feel tired and I slept enough. So this is just part of one of the things of being on prep. Okay, so I came to my rheumatologist appointment today. Previously, I mentioned, and last year, I was having some stiffness on my hands and my toes. Things sometimes seem to be heavy, like my coffee, my phone, and then just weakness and cramping and pain. So my primary physician thought it was an autoimmune disorder. Then I went through the labs, and then this doctor said, well, let's take a look, maybe not. So I am back again because I got flare-ups again, and so got some blood work, and then I'm gonna get some x-rays to figure out, or to try to see what's going on. But in the meantime, of course, they always recommend you take over the counter and treat the symptoms, but I choose not to, only if I must. Otherwise, I will not. But anyways, now that I'm done with that, on my way to work and continue my day. Okay, and I just got on a little accident. I'm telling you, these things happen to everybody. It's just that sometimes I can't share or record because of the things happening so fast in my life. But I was driving and somebody accidentally just hit my Jeep from the back. No injuries, thank God, but I'm just getting ready to go back to work. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. So I'm here training, and it is glutes and shoulders. But I noticed while I was training that I had this pain, or this radiating pain, kind of like a little burning sensation. And you may or may not know that previously I've been having some things going on with my health. So now I'm thinking that this is something probably that has to do with nerves, and since that is a sign or a symptom, and actually just yesterday or this week when I was having my doctor's appointments and I went to the rheumatologist, he did mention that some of my symptoms probably would be a good idea to see a neurologist for possible neuropathy with the symptoms that I'm having. Obviously some have to do with joints, and others are going to be with nerve. And so we'll see. I'm trying to figure myself out, but I'm paying attention to all these things. But anyways, I'm here to finish my shoulders, glutes training, and then my cardio. Have a great day. Okay, so we're checking in, and I'm getting my selfie stick over here, my stand, ready for check-in, and then I'll check in.
Viviana? All right, so really good week this week. You said you felt inflammation, you're pushing hard, and I'm glad you took a day off because that inflammation was definitely fluid retaining, and you're down almost 2 pounds this week. So um, I feel like you said clothes are fitting better. Your knees are not good. Well, be careful. Knees are important. So if you need a day off, or if the training gets too much, or if the cardio is bothering you, let me know. I know you're on week 6. You're going to be lifting a little bit heavier, but back off a little bit on the other stuff other than the heavy sets, okay, as needed. But I'm really excited. This is a great week of progress, exactly what we want to see. It's very, very, very exciting that we're going to bring your all time best to the stage this year and really be bringing some conditioning that we've never brought before. So amazing work. No changes to the plan, but keep this momentum going. Great work, Viviana.
Like lemon. It's a cheese pizza with ricotta and
I think it's very helpful that I don't drink because otherwise, Livy downtown said we come watch the game, and my husband has drinks and guaca, but then I go home, have my meal, and then come back, and then go back. Hello everybody. So I am now 10 weeks out to the show that I plan on doing, and this week's update first is going to be, as you can see, I'm really cold all the time. I'm getting colder and colder, and that is part of the fat loss phase. And so I thought maybe getting some coffee, I'll get warm and then I'll take this off. That's not happening. But anyway, this week I checked in on Tuesday. On Monday, it was my oldest daughter's birthday and we went out to celebrate. I ordered grilled chicken with broccoli so that I could eat with the family. And then on Tuesday, I checked in. I did not get any changes at the moment as far as coaching. And then just right after I checked in, I got my menstrual cycle. And so I thought my weight was gonna change because usually, my weight will fluctuate, but it was different. My cycle was on and off. And so I got it one day, the next day I didn't, the next day I did, and then it stopped. And that same week I had my appointment and my annual checkup. And so I mentioned on my previous video that that's just part of it. Not only am I going through premenopause, but the contraceptive, which is the IUD, is also one of the side effects. And so it's okay. Now, that was on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then throughout the week, again, the same thing happened this week where my energy is coming down. And this week was supposed to be my personal best on the end of my 6-week training program. And I did do really well on some, but not all of them. So I didn't meet that lifting weight that I had as my goal for my 6-week training. And again, that's because my energy is not like it used to be. And so that is going to happen. And I'm about to check in a few days, and I will share with you the response from my coach. But I already know that, those are things and part of being in a fat loss, right? And so I'm reporting to my coach this coming week the changes, which is one, feeling cold all the time. And again, I know that's part of the fat loss. The other thing is that I have on here, let's see, I'm trying to read through my notes. Oh, the treadmill. So I walk on the treadmill for my cardio, but now my heart rate is difficult to get to 130. That's where it was at, and now it is, I can be an incline 10 and the speed at 3 or 3.5, and it's still not getting there. So a lot of times, and I've mentioned this before too, is I like to listen to music because I dance, and so that gets my heart rate up. But because of the energy coming down, it's also hard for me to, dance. And so I love to dance, but there's days where I'm just getting it done, right? And so those are the things that I am reporting at the moment. Nothing else has changed as far as like trying to, be part of like family events and things going on and not stay away from it. Just this weekend, there was like the football game, and I, went with my daughter and my husband, and they were enjoying pizza. I had a Diet Coke. I will tell you, it depends on the day and the time. Sometimes I just drag myself to things because I want to make sure that I'm part of it. This is something that I'm doing, that I want to do, nobody else. So I put myself to, do what I have to do regardless. Now, other than that, I think just the feeling of me kind of seeing where my physique is going. There's days where I feel smaller, getting smaller, and then there's days where I don't, and I don't feel that I'm going to be ready on time. But this is all psychological, and these things happen in my previous preps too. Some people call it prep goggles, and that's because you don't see yourself the same way. And that's why it's important sometimes that you have a coach, because they can tell you, no, this is what's going on, this is how you look, and this is how much you need, right? But they also will tell you if, you're not going to be ready for this show, or the progress is not going as planned, so we're going to have to change the date on your show. So it depends, but it's always better to have a professional, a different person that's looking at your prep, so that it's not just you thinking that there's no progress, you thinking that you look too small, too big, or focus on the weight, and those things are just happening in your mind because of one, the calorie deficiency that you have, the energy, all these things going on, plus you're trying to get yourself prepared for this show that you're working so hard for. But that's what's happening. I did share with you different things that happened this week throughout the video as well. But other than that, I think that is my update for this week. Let's see what changes come this coming week. But I think we're doing okay. We still have 10 more weeks to go. And I know this is going to get a little harder. And then we'll get a break as far as like free meals or high carb days, things like that coming up after the prep getting a little worse. And then after that, we start adding all the calories, adding all the carbs, and then the fun begins, right? But I continue to do my training, my cardio, AM, PM training at 5 a.m. and then my posting in the mornings as well. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.